I mean, I think that extra pressure just makes it a little bit harder. I think people were going to be, I thought like, oh my God, everyone's going to be so upset with me because I'm just like leaving, and I wouldn't want someone to think I was leaving someone because it got too hard. But there was just a lot in there that for my soul, I felt like I had to make that decision. And
if it began like a statement from a courtroom rather than a gossip reel, what if Kim Kardashian's entire public image, her businesses, her legal ambitions, her polished motherhood wasn't about empowerment at all, but about control? Not over the public, but over Yah himself. That question, once whispered on message boards, is now being asked aloud after new filings, deleted posts, and timing that feels too precise to ignore. We can trace it. Did arrest in March? The raids on his Los Angeles and Miami homes. The sudden wave of celebrity unfollows, including Kim's. By October, Diddy was sentenced to 50 months behind bars. And just as the headlines hit, Kim appeared on camera, revealing a stress-related brain aneurysm, blaming the collapse of her marriage for the condition. But insiders are asking if this was more than stress, if it was a diversion planned to pull her name away from the same network. Why has accused of controlling the industry from the inside?
The thing about the kids at some point here, and not for the younger ones, it's at some point. For North, it's right now, right? That even if she doesn't see it, even if somehow Kim is able to keep that away from her, the kids her friends at school, they're going to know about it. They're going to see it. And it puts the kids in a horrible situation.
By the time the federal charges against Sean Diddy Combs were unsealed, linking him to trafficking ING and racketeering conspiracies stretching back to 2008, West's old interviews suddenly look prophetic. We remember when he said, "They can control Shaq. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce, but they can't control me." Back then, it sounded like a rant. Now, with Diddy serving a prison sentence until 2028, and yet alleging ongoing threats to his safety, it reads more like a warning that nobody wanted to hear. The timing is impossible to dismiss. Kim unfollowed Diddy days before federal agents swarmed his mansions. And weeks later, she filed suit against Ray J for calling her family worse than Diddy. According to the court documents obtained by Rolling Stone, that lawsuit claims Ray J's comments were malicious and false. But for many viewers, the question isn't whether Ray J crossed a line. It's why Kim reacted so swiftly for the first time in her career to silence an accusation she could have.
This Kim Kardashian devoted her life to something, but it certainly wasn't the pursuit of academic excellence. She didn't even go to college, Harvey.
We've seen Kim navigate controversy before. Leaked tapes, marriages, divorces, corporate scandals, but never has she appeared this nervous. Her legal team, led by Alex Spiro, framed the defamation case as protection of her reputation. Yet, analysts who reviewed the filing noticed how extensively it referenced federal investigation rumors, as if to bury them before they could spread. Insiders who once attended the same exclusive parties as Diddy and the Kardashians described those nights as networking with consequences. Cameras were reportedly placed throughout private suites, recording celebrities in moments they believed were off the record. According to one former associate, footage was currency traded among elites to ensure silence. Y himself hinted years ago that such gatherings were used to collect leverage, warning that Hollywood monetizes and traumatizes.
As Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these all you fake hard you.
And yet, the contradiction deepens. Publicly, Kim plays the role of a reformer, the law apprentice advocating prison reform and humanitarian causes. Privately, her timeline suggests a pattern of sudden distance from figures under investigation. She unfollowed Diddy before his raids. She stopped referencing Y entirely after his claims about controlled artists. And now she's reshaping her narrative through the Kardashians' new season, opening with that tearful confession about the aneurysm. She told cameras it was just stress, but she tied that stress directly to West's behavior. The message was clear. She is the victim, not the participant. But the optics are too perfect and too aligned with her brand survival. What makes this moment more complicated is West's defiance. In September, He leaked text messages allegedly showing Kim blocking their daughter North's name from being associated with his new music featuring Diddy. Within hours, Kim's lawyers reportedly threatened legal action, citing the posts as harassment. To the public, it looked like another family argument, but to those following the case, it was a proxy battle. Yet, demanding to expose links Kim couldn't afford to explain. The tension escalated when North appeared on TikTok wearing fake face tattoos and a nose ring, sparking debates about parenting. Kim brushed it off as such a non-issue, but sources close to Wise say he viewed it as proof that his ex-wife was using image control even over their children's digital presence while denying him access in person.
North is my lesson on this planet.
What does that mean? She's your lesson.
It means that I'm supposed to learn even more patience.
By mid-October, the legal chessboard was clear. Kim's camp was building a case portraying Y as unstable, using every leaked message and public rant to argue he endangered their children's privacy. But West's narrative shifted, too. He wasn't just fighting for visitation. He began insisting Kim had been part of the same covert circle that silenced artists like him, exchanging compliance for protection and exposure for power. According to one of his former associates, Y told them, "It's not just about custody, it's about who's running the story." His claims might sound extreme, but the sequence of public events has left observers unsettled.
Sure, he's holding back additional similar pieces of evidence and probably some more damning stuff that he didn't want to put in the complaint.
Meanwhile, Kim's sudden health revelation seemed to absorb public sympathy right when scrutiny should have peaked. Her diagnosis came just days after new documents about Diddy's sentencing were released. Doctors say aneurysms can stem from stress, but critics online pointed out the uncanny timing. Why reveal it during the premiere of a new season, if not to frame her image as fragile and human? Some insiders claimed this was strategic crisis management, a way to redirect headlines from Diddy's ties to the family's past. After all, years of footage exist showing the Kardashians attending his parties. One clip from 2014 resurfaced of Khloe bragging about half the people there being naked, while Kim posed in a 2019 Instagram photo with Diddy captioned, "Nothing like a Diddy party." When federal raids later exposed surveillance equipment hidden in those venues, speculation turned electric.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce,
But not you, man.
but they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
The bigger question now is not what Kim knew, but when she decided to cut ties. Unfollowing someone days before their arrest suggests prior awareness, or at least a warning whispered from somewhere inside the circle. Her lawsuit against Ray J, her silence on Diddy's conviction, her avoidance of West's allegations. They all form a timeline of damage control, not ignorance. Even her role as a mother is being reframed to serve that image. During the latest Hulu episode, she wept over how North was exposed to her dad's behavior, saying her job was to protect what I have to protect. But what exactly is she protecting? That's the question industry watchers are asking as her legal team quietly files motions to prevent Ye from referencing Diddy in any custody filings. Ye, on the other hand, seems determined to force the subject back into the light. Despite mounting lawsuits, financial pressure, and reported isolation, he continues to hint that the same people who once profited from his breakdowns are still orchestrating the backlash. He claims that Kim, through her connections, was part of the architecture that keeps outspoken artists in line, a network that rewarded loyalty and punished exposure. Some of his allies now argue that his custody fight is a distraction tactic from that deeper conflict, a battle over narrative control that stretches from courtroom filings to late-night social posts.